This is a little short programme to go through some exercises that's really good to do if you're struggling with a little bit of lower back pain. We're going to start in lying, so if you've got a mat, you could come down onto the floor, onto a mat or a rug, or you can actually do most of these exercises onto the bed if you're more comfortable. We come down onto your back, make sure you've got either a small cushion or a folded towel just underneath the back of your head there. We're going to start with the feet together, knees folded and feet flat there. Let your arms gently rest out to the side, and allowing both knees to move together will let your knees go over to one side in a gentle rock, not forcing the movement, back to the centre and over to the opposite side. And we're going to allow that movement to move smoothly, like a pendulum on a clock there, just gently tick and tock. So that's 4. We're going to do up to 10 if we can. Keeping the shoulders rested down, keeping the arms relaxed into the floor, and just allowing that movement to start softening through the base of the spine, stretching gently the muscles and starting to mobilise some of those joints. You might find that the more you do, the more range you're able to get as you gently continue to allow those knees to rock. And then once you've finished, we'll come back to the centre with those knees folded and feet flat. Then using your hands to help, take one knee and gently draw that knee in towards your chest so that you feel a stretch into the buttock and into the back of the leg a little. Gently easing that knee in and then placing your foot back down. Using the hands to overpress to get that little bit more of a stretch. And if you need to, you can use your hands as well to help place the leg back down. As with all the stretches, don't go so that it's too uncomfortable at all, but just so that you feel that nice lengthening, quite slowly, side to side. And once we've done about 5 each side, for an extra stretch and a little bit more opening into the base of the spine, you could draw both knees into the chest at the same time and give those legs a little hug, just to open that little bit more through the base of the back. If you want to and you're comfortable to, a little rock might also help just to soften across the base of the spine. If that's too uncomfortable though, finish at the point when you've done your single legs. Then placing one foot back down and the second foot back down. From the feet being together then, if we turn toes out, bring your heels in line to that parallel position, the legs will follow. And this is a great position to then start to set our centre. So if you rest your fingertips onto those bones either sides of your pelvis, we can now start to think about increasing our control across your lower back. Hands rested, we'll tuck your tailbone under to gently soften into the base of the spine and then release. Small movement to start off with. It can be quite a stretch initially, so don't worry about the range of movement that you get. Just going to where you feel that little bit of opening and release. Now, to set into our centre, the best position for us to work those control muscles deep within our tummy, we want to stop so that we imagine these bones either sides of the pelvis to be pointing directly up towards the ceiling. So halfway between as far under and as far out as we can go, stopping into that mid position with those imaginary headlights shining forwards and up. We'll then think about engaging deep into your centre by either thinking about tightening those muscles you use to slow down passing water, or imagining that you're doing a belt up one more rung and you want to just gently draw your tummy button through to your spine to feel that tightening into your lower tummy. Testing this position then, and to increase that control, we can do our hip twist, Pilates hip twist level 1. Keep your fingertips rested onto those bones, and as you breathe out, allow one knee to go gently out to the side, just as far as you can, keeping the pelvis level, and then bring the knee back into that start and parallel position. We'll alternate side to side, so as we breathe out, the knee goes out, and as we breathe in, the knee comes back into the centre. And again, breathing out, we go out, breathing in, we come back to the centre. Keeping that imaginary spirit level between those points at your hips, between your fingertips, level and still. Nice and slowly and controlled. Feeling those deep muscles work to give us that stability. We're doing 5 each side. And then we'll make our way back to that parallel position and come to rest. Take a breather for a moment and then just check that you're still into that neutral position. Draw the tummy button through to the spine again to support, and we're going into our one leg stretch, level 1. So for this, we're straightening one leg at a time, sliding the heel out along the floor to straighten the knee, and then folding that knee to come back into the centre and start position. And we'll alternate side to side, just as we did with the hip twist, keeping the pelvis level, keeping those ribs softened down, so we've got that nice stability through the centre. If we're sliding the leg away out along the floor, we're going to help engage those deep glute muscles that little bit more as well, to enhance our control and to help to give our lumbar spine that little bit more support. Slowly alternating as before, breath out, we go out, breath in, we come back in. Thinking of drawing a nice straight line with the heel. Following that same straight line on the way out and on the way back in. Again, this is our last one, so we've done 5 each side with the same control. And then we'll come to stop with those feet placed hip distance apart and flat onto the mat. Now we're going into some shoulder bridge here, so you may want to take your head support out. If you do feel you need a little bit left in, then you can, but we don't want to feel too much pressure into the back of the neck. For this, feet, again, hip distance apart, but you might want to step your feet a little bit closer in towards your buttock if your knees are comfortable too. Again, we centre, think about gently drawing your tummy button through to your spine, then tucking the tailbone under, we begin to push the knees away and start to peel the spine away from the mat to come into that shoulder bridge position. Coming just as far as you feel comfortable to, and then slowly and smoothly from the upper spine down through the back, replacing the spine back to the mat and coming to stop into that neutral position. And again, tucking the tailbone under, pushing the knees away, peel up so your hips come to hover into that shoulder bridge position. Breath in, and as we breathe out, we're smoothly and slowly coming back down. Don't worry how far you go. You might find initially that you feel that you actually can't go too high at all, and that's absolutely fine. You can start small, and as you repeat the movement, we'll hopefully find that we'll start to be able to peel more and more segments away from the mat to come into that shoulder bridge position. You're working through your glutes, through the hamstrings a little, making sure that we're not tensing across your neck or your shoulders at all, so the neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed there. If you did start to feel that you were getting cramp into the back of the leg, again, sometimes bringing your feet that little bit closer can help, or stop for a moment for a stretch. We'll just do once more here. And then come smoothly and slowly back down. and come to rest. Bringing the head support back in. Now we've done a little bit of work where we're starting to get a little bit of loading into the shoulders. We'll go into some double leg stretch level 1, and that's actually using the shoulders. So we're keeping the ribs softened down, centre set, and the start position, hands are floated up towards the ceiling, palms facing in. Keep the chin gently nodded and the neck relaxed. And as we next breathe out, the arms float overhead just to your peripheral vision. And as we breathe in, we sweep round, scooping those hands back to that start position there. So breathing out, we go out. Breathing in, we circle round and come back to the centre. As the arms go away, just making sure that the ribs aren't lifting or flaring. So we have got that little bit of tightening just into the upper part of the tummy as well. Softening through the shoulders and increasing that control through your centre. From here then, we'll add in our legs to make this double leg stretch level 2. So if you pause with the shoulders towards at 90 for a moment, with the next out breath, we'll straighten one leg as the arms go away, lengthening through the body, and then folding the knee as we circle the hands round to come back to the centre. And we'll alternate the legs side to side, so lengthening away as we breathe out, and folding as we come back to that centre and start position. A really lovely way of getting that control of those muscles that run as springs between your ribs and your pelvis there to give us the support around your spine, as well as getting a nice lengthening through the whole of the body as the leg lengthens away and the arms reach out, and we scoop round with control to come back to the centre. Once you've brought those feet back in, let your arms come to rest down, and you've completed a session which will really help to improve the mobility and start to think about the control into your centre. Bye bye.